All right guys, today I'm going to be trying to change the tires on this little pull behind trailer. This is similar to like a luggage carrier you'd put on top of your vehicle, but this one happens to be made for a motorcycle. But we've used it multiple times pulling behind our minivan, and it gives us a lot more storage for luggage, and it also reduces our wind drag because it's not on the roof. As you can see, the tires are pretty bad shape, especially on the one side. So I ordered a set of tires off of Amazon, and what I'm going to try to do, I don't have any special tire tools, but I'm going to be trying to change the actual tires off of the rims with the new tires I got. This is going to be a similar process you would use on like a garden wagon or a garden trailer or anything like that, any small trailer that you have. The process is going to be really similar. We're getting ready to take a long trip and want to make sure we got this thing in good running condition. We don't want to have a flat tire on the roads. I'll show you how that goes. As you can see, that tire was just about as shot as it could be. The first thing we want to do is get all the air out of the tire. I think I have a little tool that I can actually take the valve stem out. Yeah, this little tool here is for taking out valve stems. It just lets the air out of the tire quicker. You just screw it in and you unscrew the valve stem, back it out. You can hear some of the air starting to come out. Just let the air out really fast so that you don't have any air in there. You don't want to lose those little stems though. There's threads inside of there, and once they come out, they'll like go flying if you don't hold on to them. So the first thing you have to do is break the bead on the tire. That's the part of the tire that's right up against the rim. Otherwise you can't even get any tools in there to get the tire off. That also lets the tire slide to one side of the rim so you can get a tool in there and pry it out. So you want to use something pretty dull. I have an old chisel here that isn't very sharp. I'm going to try to use that. We can get in here and just smack this. See, it's real tight on the rim right there, so we have to try to pop that off. Moving this, just pop that a little bit. There we go. Once you get it one spot, it comes right off really pretty easy. And then you'll have to do both sides because it's all got to be loose. There we go. All right. So that's all loose. This is a tubeless tire. There's not a tube in there to hurt. So we got that one loose. We're going to do this other one. Alright, so we got the tires popped off the bead. Now we're going to work the tire off of the rim with big screwdrivers or some pry bars. Once again, you're not looking for anything that's sharp because you don't want to damage your tire or your rim as you're working with them. So you have to push the tire towards the middle. As you can see, the middle of the tire has a lot more room. So once you get the tire to the center, then it has enough room to pop it off the rim. This side's not all the way down yet. You want to squeeze the tire so it can move to the opposite side. That keeps going on the... There we go. You want it squeezed into the center there so you can move the tire to the other side. So you have a lot of room. See all of my room here I have? Then you can get your tools in and get them get it off the rim. And you'll just work your way around, just taking turns. All right, halfway done.
I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's a little bit of a wrestling match getting the second part of this rim out, but it can be done. It's just a little bit of a fight.
This is important that you don't have any gouges on the rim. This is like the part where it seals up against here and here. So you want to make sure this is all nice and smooth and not got any big burrs or anything on it before you put your new tire on. This part here, other than just needing repainted, doesn't really matter. Everything's in good shape. Slide your tire to one side like that. So see the tires pinched down in the bottom there? That way it's all the way over to the one side, and then I can fit my tools in here and start popping the tire off. You can obviously take this to a tire shop too, but save you a little bit of money, especially on these smaller tires. They're not that hard, and obviously I don't have any special tools, so you can do it yourself. Save yourself a few bucks. That's a well-used tire there. Alright, I'm just making sure there's no burrs on my rims here. Anything's going to interfere. My valve stem still looks good shape. So we're going to get the new tires fit on here. So the best time to do something like this is when the tires have been laying out in the sun or it's a little warmer day, because the more flexible the tires are, the easier this whole process will be. Alright, just make sure you don't have any crud on the bead here, because this is what will be sealing up on your tire. Okay, so now we just got to work this back on this new tire, just like reverse of what we did to get the old ones off. The temptation will be to try to get both parts of the tire on at the same time, both of these in at the same time, but you won't be able to. So don't get too carried away. Alright, I'm going to put the stem back in before we try to put some air in it. Alright, I got the other tire done. I'm going to show you how I finished it up. Get it started on the first lip. Had my other lip trying to get on at the same time. So you just got to work a little bit at a time. Can't take too big of bites or you won't be able to get it on. All right, we're halfway there. tailgate makes it really nice because I can put my weight on it and still be standing up. Now about the halfway point of working this thing on here, I got to make sure that my tire is in the center so it can work its way this way, otherwise I won't have enough slack to bring it all the way on. And you got to make sure both sides are heading towards the center. And if your tool comes out, you just got to get it back in there. There's like a center point where it gets really hard, and then after that it goes really easy. And we are at that point where it's difficult. This little crowbar is really nice because it allows you to kind of get up underneath the tire and get a hold of the rim and pull it on. Let's use the screwdriver to hold it in place. About one more time here. Okay, maybe two. There we go. Nobody ever said it was easy, but it is doable. So checking for any gouges, anything that's going to prevent it from sealing up. Okay, so now is, in my opinion, one of the biggest pain in the butts to doing your own tire work, and that is getting the tire to seal up on the bead on one side. So what I found that works is I use some WD-40 and lube it up real good. That helps me to shove that tire on. I'll kind of show you the janky system I've come up with. Hopefully I can come up with something better in the future. This is all I got for now. I forgot to put the stem in this one again. Gotta get your stem in first, or it's gonna be an uphill battle. All right. So we want our tire to seal on the bead that does not have the stem on it, so we can get to the stem when we're going to our next step. So we're gonna lube the bead up and the tire really well. And then we're going to push it on. On the last one I actually did this. I don't know if I recommend it, but it did work. Now it doesn't have to be on there all the way, but it does need to be on there pretty good. It's not going to come off. Then I move over to this and I set it on this other tire, and then I can push the center down and bring this bead up to seal against the top while I put air in it. But there you go, it's starting to seal. It's bringing it onto the bead on this side. These tires are rated at 90 PSI, but I never air them up quite that tall. About 50 or 60 is all I do. Seems to be pretty good. So we got both of them aired up. We're gonna get them back on this trailer and get it put back together. Well guys, I hope you got something out of this video. That's gonna do it for today. Got the tires back on. This thing's ready to go on our next trip. If you got some value from this video, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like. It helps out the channel a lot, helps other people get to see it. If you got some good tips and tricks as far as getting these tires changed, don't forget to put them in the comments. Everybody's input is much appreciated on this channel. We don't know everything, but we sure do our best to figure it out. So until next time guys, good luck with all your projects.